For many years, our relatives and ourselves have honored and supported our American Lebanese heritage, and no one was more enthusiastic in that dedication than our family historian, Eddie Brice. Cousin Eddie always cherished his family, his brother, his mother, his sisters, and here he is with his mother in 1948, taken at my mother's wedding. You see him here in the background to the left of my mother and Arjid Simon, and that was so typical of Cousin Eddie, to always be involved and supportive. And he shows up in so many photographs from the 1940s and even right into the 21st century. And he was a man of many accomplishments, an Arabic and Middle East affairs specialist with the CIA, an excellent linguist in Arabic and Aramaic, serving in the U.S. Army in Japan, working with the U.S. embassies in the Middle East, and then as a cameraman and radio host on public access radio and television. And most significantly, his extensive work as Deputy Editor-in-Chief with the Journal of Maronite Studies, where he wrote about his vivid memories of what it was like growing up in Wheeling, and also about our saintly cousin, Charbel. And this led to stories related to Charbel and other articles dealing with American Lebanese interests. But of most significance was Cousin Eddie's wonderfully detailed account in July 1997 about where our ancestors came from, and the beautiful story of the faith, strength, and dignity of our Sitta, Mary Brice. In a meticulously documented report, our Cousin Eddie gave us a fascinating and revealing piece of research that celebrates our family's histories. I always noticed that there was a special connection between Cousin Eddie and my grandmother, Sadie Simon. And whenever I think about that, I remember that Eddie was close to and loved by all our Sittus and Jiddus. And every year Eddie was to be found, as seen here, singing with the church choir at our wonderful annual celebration, the Mahrajan. Through all those years, there was the joy and excitement of preparing for Mass, of meeting and talking with family and friends. And here, such a typical scene with Eddie and his brother, Father Donald. How nice it is to watch this and recall that wonderful feeling of being in Eddie's presence as he talked and gestured while sharing our devotion to Our Lady of Lebanon in this special celebration.
Then in the world to come, we will join her to praise you now and forever. We offer you this divine.
And here from 1992 at the altar, Father Donald.
Make us worthy to honor the day of her Assumption with all the powers of heaven. Forgive our sins and grant us your mercy at the moment of our death.
And the Mahrajans continued, here in 2000, and videotaping the Mass, Cousin Eddie. And then again in 2001, when the Maronite bishop came to celebrate the Mahrajan Mass. And a special consecration for Our Lady of Lebanon.
In the name of the Father,
And during all the festivities, you never knew where you would see Cousin Eddie show up. Every year in preparation for eating and socializing at the Mahrajan, Cousin Eddie always made certain that there were tables reserved for all of us. And finally, there was, and is, the exhilaration of seeing everyone dance the dubki, and to raise money, as we would say, for the church. And the happiness of spending the entire day learning different versions of the dubki, meeting so many other people who, like our cousin Eddie, cherish our Lebanese-American heritage. The summer of 2001 was a productive one for Cousin Eddie. It began when he came to visit me and we went to Brattleboro, Vermont for the Blouza Reunion, Blouza being where our sister Mary Brice came from. We went there several times over the years, and Eddie was always an active participant, telling of his experiences in Lebanon and of the importance of preserving our history, and even taking the time to show people how to write their names in Arabic. In 1948, our cousin Sal Solomon filmed my mother's wedding, and 53 years later he was reunited with his good friend Eddie Brice at the Blouza Reunion. From Vermont, we went to visit the Maronite Church in Worcester, Massachusetts, which I videotaped for Cousin Eddie.
Mike is going to take another shot, my cousin Mike David is going to take another shot here in Worcester, this Middle Eastern restaurant, which is not open for lunch. Yeah.
Oh, the El Morocco. There's the El Morocco right up there.
Yeah. Did you hear what he said? This is a real church. He meant a real and a big one. Oh, it's beautiful. He wants to get a picture of us. يا أرض لبنان صلي لأجرنا. حتى ولادنا من مدرستنا والاسنان بعدين ذبحوا الرهبان هونيك ثلاثه يا اهل الضيعه. والله انت قلت لي هذا كمان هو انت عملته اني طالعين اني طالعين يا سمايل سيد شيء.
Returning to my home, Cousin Eddie continued his efforts to help preserve family history by taking the time to identify people in scores of photographs taken at my mother's wedding.
So I can just hold the page and stand where I don't see any glare. Wonderful.
I'm just going to move that in a little bit.
It's Tutle's son. Tutle's son and Tutle's daughter Anne. Or it looks like a polka dot dress.
Oh, Aunt Helen. There we go.
Oh, it's Helena. Okay, good. Helen. Like we had a lot of people from Rumi, Beit Miri, and Turze.
And the others you mentioned from Marion and them are right in here.
Marion, Lorena, Bud, Solly, Solomon.
With his movie camera.
With the movie camera.
Making the film at that point.
Yeah. Here's my mother. She has her apron on.
She was standing right in the back. Yet she was working then too. That's when they were doing the cake.
I don't know who this is.
But look who's over here.
Father Abraham, Monsignor Abraham, Afek, Monsignor Abraham. And
then Anne.
Celia, John. That's him with the oud.
So John played the oud also.
Oh, oud. Yeah.
Oud. Okay.
Say oud.
Oud.
Oud. Yeah, don't say oud. Oud.
Oud.
Yep, Afek. That's it. That's perfect.
Okay.
And your mom.
That is you, isn't it?
That is me.
Yes.
Could be Donald too. Awful. I can't tell the difference between me and Donald. See, his hair was curlier than mine, but I always had a cowlick in the back. Now, my God, it's a memory. It's a wonderful...
Oh, here's a napkin they had made up for...
Oh, my, how nice.
And then there is the wonderful yearly tradition that Eddie founded, and continues to this day. Beginning at a cottage near Oglebay Park, where, as you see here, Cousin Dolores and others gathered to make kibbe and all our favorite foods. And this was the beginning of the annual Brice Reunion, and our cousin was so proud of the historical items he brought to show, and also of the excellent feast that was always prepared. And then later, the reunion moved to the hall at St. Alphonsus Church in Wheeling. And with that in mind, here now are some highlights from that memorable gathering in August 2001.
You gotta tell me what it needs. No. Doesn't need nothing?
Yeah, I saw you, Eddie. I saw you.
Hey!
I saw your little sister, honey. Oh! You got me in the movie. Get my good side. Which is my good side? I always tell them that at the TV station.
I'm real good.
Give me a hug, cousin. Kyle!
So this was the legacy of Eddie Brice, a devout Maronite Christian, devoted to his family, a loving and caring soul for so many years who continuously displayed his passion for celebrating family history and tradition. It is fitting that we finish our tribute to Cousin Eddie by hearing his love for us and our heritage expressed in his own voice.
Hey Michael, this is Cousin Eddie and it's Friday. I hope you're okay and all the rest of the family up there. Cousin Anna Marie Brice and her husband are having a family reunion the day before the picnic, and it'll probably be at her house out the pike. Anyway, she wanted to get the phone numbers of your cousins and my cousins, the Simon girls. I know they got married names, but I don't know what they are. If you could call Anna and let her know what our cousin's phone number is, that would be greatly appreciated. She wants to get in touch and let them know about the family reunion, which I hope you'll be attending. Hope to see you in Wheeling. Bye, cousin.